As we grow older, we start to examine our bucket lists and our dreams and try to assess, what we've accomplished and what we still have left that we want to do. And many times we recognize those things, but we put them aside. We put them to the bottom of the list of things that we're going to do. And I want to talk to you today about 10 things that you can do to get yourself out of your comfort zone and into those dreams, into those things that you're trying to accomplish as you get older. My name is Margaret Manning. I'm with 60andMe. Welcome to our show today. I hope that you are having a wonderful day wherever you are. We're so grateful for your support and for you being here. Now, our show today is brought to you by International Living. International Living helps people to think about retiring overseas. If you're thinking of moving abroad in retirement, they have got all kinds of resources and reports they can send to you. They've got a really good understanding, and they've been doing this for years, of what the real life situation is, the legal issues, the healthcare, cost of living, all the things that you care about. So go up to internationalliving.com/60andme and you can check out their reports and what's available for you. So let's talk about dreams, dreams and bucket lists and things that you want to do as you get a little older. Now, Rita Wilkins is a blogger of ours, and she wrote a really good article. She had read a book by a guy called Sam Horn. It was called "Someday is Not a Day in the Week." And, we said, well, someday I'll do this, or someday I'll do that. And, this book is about someday is not a day that exists. It's just either now or tomorrow, and that's it. So you have to plan for your future in a way that's concrete. And she really liked the fact that this discussion about the someday list is just not a practical thing to do. And you may not be able to achieve everything. Like I, for example, would love to go on a world cruise. And I say that someday I will. And someday I hopefully will. But I'm going to need to save a lot of money between now and then. But I can still do steps. I can still take steps toward that goal. And I had many others. I'm sure that you will do too. But what is preventing you today from living the kind of life that you want, from doing the things that you want to do? And if you ask yourself, if not now, when? And if that when isn't, something that you can put a date around or a time frame around, then you don't know what to do or how to move towards it. So Rita did this. She actually did something very similar. She said she always wanted to go to the south of France. This was her thing. A passion. And she kept talking about it. Someday I'm going to go to Marseille. Someday I'm going to go to Bordeaux. And she just said one day, that's it. I'm going. I've done it. I'm done. I'm done planning it, thinking about it, saying someday. She said, I'm going to go. And she did something that maybe some of you would think would be shocking and scary, but she went without an itinerary, without any plan for where she would be the next day. She just went and slowly built a life or an experience around that, stepping out of her comfort zone, doing it. I did that a little bit in some cases I could share with you, but she did a really good, and she had this, she said it made her feel like she had a spirit of adventure and possibility and, ultimate possibilities. Anything could happen. She could shape it. And she said that, getting lost, having little limited access to the internet sometimes, all these things enhanced the experience because she had to deal with herself. And in doing that someday, giving her that someday gift, she was able to bring out parts of herself and rediscover a whole new person. And it took her life in a completely different direction, because she did that someday activity. So maybe there's something here. So here's the thing. Have no plans. That's one of the things she talks about. And this is one of the lessons that she learned. I'm going to give you 10 different lessons that she learned. Having no plans for her was the best thing. She didn't want to have, know which city she was going to be in next. And she just went for it. That was the first lesson that she learned. And she said it was right for her. Maybe you need to find something a little bit more organized. Like if you're going to go to, I don't know, wherever you want to go, Tahiti, you might want to know what hotel you should be staying at the night you arrive. There's different levels, but the lesson is don't overplan. The second was expect the unexpected. Stuff happens. Stuff just happens. And as much as you try to control your environment, when you follow those dreams and you follow that someday experience, things will happen. And it may not be what you thought that someday experience would be. It may be completely different, but it's important. I know getting lost is part of the journey. The next thing is to embrace life on skinny branches. This is what she says. But it's just basically to take what you've got and to live with it and to work with it and to know that that's going to be your reality. And if it's not what you anticipated or what you thought it would be, that's okay. Live life a little bit on the edge. Another lesson that she learned, number 4, is you will get lonely. You will get lonely. It's absolutely, it's going to happen. And there's things that you have to be prepared to do if you get lonely, and besides going home, which is one of the first things you want to do. Acknowledge your feelings, she says, write them down. Talk to someone, call a friend, and just say, hey, I'm feeling lonely. I really need some help here. Push yourself out. Push yourself to go out in the morning, go to the market, go into the museum, do something where you see people and look at other people who are by themselves. And appreciate that you're not the only one that's alone in the world, and you're going to be okay. And of course, another thing she says is to take selfies, take videos, experience, create pictures and video out of the world that you see around you, and just really appreciate that. Another thing is to slow down. Appreciate that it's going to be, if you're going for a month or two, for example, if that was your dream, then it's going to be, take it easy. Don't try to do everything on the first day, the first week. Just breathe. Take time to notice the big things that you always wanted to see, and take time to notice the small things that you didn't even know you wanted to see, that just have popped up in that place or in that experience that, and this, by the way, doesn't have to be going to a place. It can be, say, for example, you wanted to take on a project, or you've always wanted to write a book, or you've always wanted to, you can put the ... These are still the same steps that you're going to have to be by yourself to do them. You're going to have to go through these stages. Now, the loneliness, of course, is one to recognize, and knowing that, you just need to settle down and get into the challenge, whatever you've given yourself. She talks about mindset and attitude, and I really like this because it's so important. It can just turn the whole lens of the experience around, and have fun, laugh at yourself. I've got a card in our Aging Beautifully deck about this. It says laugh at yourself, or laugh more, and I think it's such an important. In fact, most of the cards in this deck, actually, when I think about it, are all about knowing yourself, stepping outside your comfort zone, sharing your wins and your losses. Living your passions. That's a good one. But anyway, the thing is here, you've got to do this thing that you've always wanted to do. Look at it like an experiential travel. Don't try to, do all the tourist things. Try to, just tick things off the box. Like, I did this, I did that, went there. Make it experiential. Do things for the first time so that you create these memory markers that stick in your mind, so that you go back from that experience and you have clear, amazing, vibrant memories and reflections on what you did, what you learned. So much what you did is what you learned. It's that experiential side. And she said, like in her experience, when she went to France for 3 months, I think, she found herself. She found the self that she didn't even know was there. She found a self that she brought back with her that helped her to completely revamp her life and to become, as she says, a fearless explorer in the world. And embrace that vacation mindset, that holiday mindset. Now, I've talked mostly here about completing a trip, but it could be completing that book or completing that project. You come out of it with that mindset that you carry over. You can do it. And it was, you might have spent years saying, someday I'll do this, someday I'll do that. It's just something really straightforward. But whatever it is, you'll never be the same. And that's, I think, the powerful message. So whether your dream is to go on a trip like this, like Robin did, or to start a new business, or write a book, or to move closer to your grandchildren, whatever you've been saying to yourself you're going to do, why don't you just start planning for it now? I just think it's such a powerful image of getting outside your comfort zone, trusting yourself, and just going. And there's never, ever going to be a perfect time. Actually, we should know this from our years, our 60 plus years on the planet, is that every time we've said, I'll do this when I do this, we know that it just didn't work out. That when I do this never happened. So we never did the things that we wanted. So whatever it is, have a go and take advantage of the freedom that you have in this time of your life and have that adventure. So what adventure are you looking to put into the someday I'll do this category? What adventure do you want to do? Leave your comments in the section below. Let's have a conversation. I really look forward to it. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to check out our 60andMe website, because we've got lots of articles on these types of empowerment and reinvention stories. And also we've got our Facebook community, of course. We have a Patreon supporters group, which you might want to consider. It's a really cool group of women. It's a private group. We have private conversations, exclusive videos. I do all kinds of cool travel tips and videos. And we just have a nice time off the sort of track of the big 60andMe community. But please join us there too. We've got something for everyone. Have a really wonderful day, everybody. And we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.